Hey, my people. We're doing something fast and furious today because I have had a busy and just challenging week. Sometimes it's like that, right? So last week, I featured the strawberry lemon basil trifle dessert cup things because I had a bridal shower for our friend Megan Trainer this past weekend, and one of the other appetizers that I made a bunch of different things, but one of them was a honey almond brie crostini, and you guys, it is so good. It's just the most delightful bite, and I thought I'd show you how to make that. It's fast, it's delicious, it's relatively cheap, and somewhat flexible. You don't have to use brie. You could use gorgonzola, I've done it with before. You don't have to use almonds. You could do pecans, or you could do even pistachios might be kind of fun, a little hint of green in there. So anyways, really, really fun, quick, easy, and something that you can whip up. I'm having it today alongside my salad for lunch, but you can do it for certainly appetizers if you're having people over. So let's get started with honey almond brie crostinis. All right. Here's a little baby baguette because it's just me. So I want to give you guys just one thing. For people who do this all the time, you might be like, well, this is an easy tip. If you cut your bread, I'm using a serrated knife, into little rounds like this, you're going to have little baby crostinis. But if you have a loaf and you're like, well, gosh, that's so skinny, I want them to be bigger, cut it on what's called the bias. So there'll be a little sacrifice piece right here, but you know, butter on that, I'm in business. And you cut it on an angle like this, and then you get these bigger, that one has a little bit of funky because I got the flat edge, but you get these bigger crostinis, and I like them to be a little bit bigger, plus I like kind of that diamond, kind of pointed end, so to speak. And I don't like these to be super thick, so you can see I'm cutting them about a skinny finger's width to make these. I'll make a few extra crostinis, and then we can enjoy other things on them. I'm not gonna have all these for lunch, but you kind of get the idea with that, so. All right. Okay, bread's cut. So, olive oil. You can also just keep, if you don't have like a little spout like I do, you can have your olive oil just like in a little dish, and then use a pastry brush or a little brush to brush it on. I just squiggle it on just a little bit with my little pour thing, and then I do have one of these brushes, and I'm just gonna lightly brush to make sure that oil gets nice and coated. It's just a little bit. If you were somebody who's like, yeah, but how much is a little bit? Maybe a teaspoon or a half teaspoon or so, probably half teaspoon. It's closer to it. So really simple. Olive oil goes down in there. Just hit it with a little bit of salt. If you don't use kosher salt, I do recommend it. Or maybe like a sea salt. Table salt like they have in the restaurants that has the iodine in it. It's kind of a really harsh chemical taste, so that's my opinion. A little crack of pepper. These are going to go in a 350 degree oven. So think 5, 5, 5. 5 minutes on one side, flip. 5 minutes on the other side, and then 5 minutes, the brie will be on here and it'll melt in the oven for another, so 5 minutes. So 5, 5, 5. Okay, see you in a little bit. Okay, fresh out of the oven, time to flip. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Sometimes if you've used enough oil, it'll already be kind of like, you'll see the olive oil on the other side, but I still like to hit it with just a touch more even if it's come through, just because it makes it taste delicious. So, little brush to spread it. And yeah, these are hot, but not that bad. Okay, a little salt. And the salt's just a sprinkle, it's not heavy, it's just a little bit. And pepper. Don't forget my hot mitt. I keep telling myself so I don't grab the mitt on camera and burn the heck out of my hand. And 5 more minutes, and then we'll be ready for brie. My little brie crostini boats here are laying here just out of the oven. I took some of them, set them aside. I'll use them for something else because I don't want to have that many. I'm going to have 4 little ones. So I have cut my brie into kind of little, kind of mimicking the shape of the little toasts. So you can make the crostinis ahead, like I think day of, if you were doing them for a party or something. I find that when I make crostinis and then like put them in an airtight container the next day, they tend to be a little bit chewy. but they still work. They can just sometimes lose some of that kind of crispness. So I think that these can be done like, you know, hours ahead. Just leave them sitting out, they'll be fine. And then when you want to do the brie and you're ready to do this part right at the last minute, it only takes 5 minutes. It's super fast, and then you hit it with the honey and the almonds and you're good to go. Then it can just hang out on a plate and people nibble for hours. It's so good. Okay, these are going in. Okay, you guys, I removed them to a pretty plate because, you know, I'm gonna take pictures and stuff. But here's my tip. When the brie comes out, if you want to remove the rind at that point, it's really easy to just peel off. Sometimes it can be sticky when, or a little bit hard to like get that rind edge off before you bake it. Once it's baked, I feel like I just peeled the edge of mine off. So a little tip if you'd like it. The rind is fine to eat. People sometimes are weird about it though. Okay, get it arranged on whatever plate or platter you're gonna do while it's still warm and melty. And then you guys just go to town with the honey and just squiggle it all over the top. I think it's delicious. You want to do it, and it is hot because the honey kind of gets sticky and melts, and it's kind of the point of the whole thing. And then the Marcona almonds. I have some chopped up Marcona almonds. You could do just toasted almonds. You could do other kind of nuts. And then I just kind of try to get it focused over the top of the little crostini here, so that it's not just going everywhere, although I'll probably decorate the platter with a little sprinkle of nuts. But you guys, that's it. So simple. The nuts you can get prepped ahead of time. The honey obviously is right there. It comes together really fast, and it's one of those things that just kind of hits all the spots. It's sweet, it's creamy, it's crunchy, the, you know, texture, you've got a little spice from the pepper. It's really good. So I'm gonna get some beauty shots of this, and then we're gonna test taste. Also, they're a little hot for me to put in my mouth right now. Okay, you guys, test taste time. They've cooled a little bit. It's hard to wait. They look so good. And I will say these things at room temperature, so good. They don't need to be super hot. So here we go. Sticky, gooey, crunchy. Yep, they're still good. Oh my gosh. You might think honey and cheese, for those of you that don't know about that, game changer. I mean, my salad, here's my salad. I mean, this looks pretty good, but this is like gonna be the thing. So anyways, wow. Honey almond brie crostinis. You guys, easy peasy, fast, and just good. Make them for yourself, make them for a party, make them as an excuse to have a party. I don't know, we're getting vaxxed, we're getting free. It's so exciting. So anyways, thanks for tuning into this one. I almost didn't film something this week because it's been a little bit of a week, but I'm so glad I did because I get to now eat these for my lunch. It's so good, and you get to try them. So thanks for tuning in. Delight of the Bite. That's me, Katie, with Delight of the Bite. Subscribe, share, tell your friends that I'm here. Hit the like button, hit the bell for, I think that's like for subscribing to it so that you'll be notified when I do post a video every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. And I'm also over on Instagram at Delight of the Bite. Thanks, you guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.